Well, before we get to Andre and Hogan, Ted, this is something I've been dying to ask you about. You and I talked about it on the phone a little bit, and I know that fans cannot wait to get your opinion on this. So the event opens up with the Honky Tonk Man defending his Intercontinental title against Randy Savage. Savage scores a countout victory, and it's a pretty unremarkable match in general, except for the fact that Randy was originally set to win the Intercontinental title, according to everything I've heard. In a 2015 interview with Wrestling Inc., the Honky Tonk Man claimed that the original plan at this time was for Savage to become the Intercontinental Champion and for you to become the World Champion. Honky said that he and Vince had a handshake agreement that he would be treated well on TV. So when Honky is pitched the idea of dropping the belt in front of that huge audience on the main event, he shot it down. As a result, Savage is slotted into the world title picture, which leaves you robbed of your planned championship reign. Honky also claimed that due to this, to this day, you still got a little heat with him. So, Ted.
The Honky Tonk Man. I've never had heat with him. You know what? It's a business, and the bottom line now, the only thing that could have made heat would have been if something like that had affected my money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the deal. That's why Pat Patterson came to me and I said, and basically was said, these were the original plans, but what if this happened?
Yes.
I mean, without going into the thing that I found out later about, he said, what if it backfires on you? You don't win, and in your arrogance, create your own title.
Makes perfect sense.
As soon as he said it, I said, that will put more heat on me than winning the title. It will, because it's long term. It's like, it's almost like this arrogant SOB is thumbing his nose at the world title and creating his own title to be, to be defended whenever and wherever he wants. I mean, it's kind of like, what an arrogant SOB, right? Well, that's the whole point. It's the heat. You know what? And I would say I probably had more heat by creating that new title than and like, again, I said earlier, if I had won the title, I'd have had it, but I wouldn't have had it very long, because the title switch is either going to go back to the original champion.
Yes.
Or a lot of times they'll use the intermittent. They'll let a heel win it, so he can pass it on to the new babyface champion,
a transitionary champion.
Yeah. So.
No heat.
I don't care. It's about money.
That's it too.
As long as none of that affected my money, it's like because I was still working on top.
And that's the important thing. And I think that's what a lot of fans tend to lose sight of, is they're like, oh, Ted should have had that world title. It's like Ted got paid because he got to work in some main events and was rubbing up against some of the biggest stars in the industry. So like, if I'm Ted DiBiase, my mindset is the same as yours, man, where I'm just like, yeah, let's just make sure I get some money. I don't care. Like, it's a work. I don't care if I win or lose or whatever happens.